And interestingly, actually, when I was starting to consider the EB1A process, I don't know if it was because like I wrote about my frustration on LinkedIn or something, that one of the posts that you had shared on immigration popped up, and that's when I came to know that, oh, okay, well, there's someone out there who at least doesn't have a PhD and or an Oscar award or any of, does not meet any of the traditional bills for like EB1A profiles, and he's been able to get an EB1A. And so I was actually very inspired by your story, and I also actually signed up for your course briefly, but I think I had already gotten my approval by then. And so I fully advocate for having more resources like what you're offering. And I think what you've done with the program is really very helpful for people who are exploring this path to have everything kind of in a central point, both in terms of the resources and also the access to mentors like you and I, right? To really help solidify a really good petition for the EB1A. And so I think I'm a huge advocate for what you're doing here with the Smart Green Card course.
Thank you. Yeah, that's very humbling to hear. The kind of successes we are seeing from people that go through the program, I think that's like even more promising to keep pushing, right? So one thing I want to touch on is the EB1A in general. It of course, like it has secured our immigration paths in the country. That's one. But then going through this whole journey of profile building and all of these things, there is a certain aspect or a sort of a trailing effect it has on us as people, right?
Absolutely.
It's not just about like, hey, okay, you do a bunch of work and then you get the visa or the green card and then you do nothing, right? Like, and you can't even approach it at all with that mentality, because it'll leave that sort of motivated sort of aspect in you to keep pushing for more, like even after you sort of cross the hurdle.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think honestly, the EB1A, like just securing the EB1A has not just helped me from an immigration point of view, but like has helped obviously increase my self-confidence. Like I feel like, oh, this seemed like something that was unachievable, and like having come on the other side, I'm like, well, clearly like I should be leveraging this expertise and continuing to build on all the great work that I had done to get to this point. And honestly, like for me, the one thing that I didn't mention before was also I didn't want to be constrained by just a 9-to-5 job. And I think that was one thing that truly helped me earlier on. Like I was trying to do the best that I could outside my job, whether it was through speaking events or writing, to like try to diversify my skill set outside of what I could do within the constraints of a job. And now I feel even more motivated to do things like that, ultimately to help give back to the immigrant community, and maybe even start a business on the side and really kind of help continue the trail of work that I had started for the EB1A. So absolutely agree with you. Yes, at that point it seemed like getting the green card was the be all and end all, but like now I feel like it's a whole new world of opportunities and a whole new future ahead.